Should you play Marvel Midnight Suns? So normally I would ask you questions to see if this was the type of game for you. But with this game, I'm gonna say, yes, please play Marvel Midnight Suns. The ending was left open for them to make another game. But my friend said, tragically, for whatever reason, the first game didn't do well, and now there may never be a second game. But what if suddenly everyone started to show that it isn't a cult classic and we all actually really do love this game, and maybe they would make more? I did get this game free on Epic one time, but I can tell you 100% it is well worth $59.99. I have gotten over 100 hours of gameplay and I am just in love with this game, and I'm going to tell you how great it is. This game lets you hang out with superheroes. You get to pick which superheroes go along with the hero on a mission. Usually there'll be at least one that is set, and then you get to pick the others who go along. At the start, there is a certain they set who goes on the mission, but after a certain point, you start to get to pick. And then after your mission, you get to pick which superhero you just want to hang out with.
Something tells me you don't have a favorite movie. Well, we can start you out with one of my favorites.
This game has some of my favorite voice actors. Has Yuri Lowenthal as Spider-Man, which he's one of my favorite Spider-Mans.
I was in the neighborhood, you know, being friendly.
Laura Bailey is Magic.
I wave my sword, it rips a hole through space-time, and you walk through it.
Steve Bloom as Wolverine.
Glad you enjoyed our little Hulk survivors group. We'll meet again if we survive him next time.
And if you pick to play as a boy character, Matthew Mercer as Hunter, and his voice is Hunter, he could melt butter with that voice.
I know this place. In my dreams it was always empty. But now I sense I am not alone.
Alright, so speaking of getting to pick to be a boy or a girl, there was a little bit of customization to your characters. I knew automatically I wanted to be the guy because of Matthew Mercer's voice, and I like to make him like a pretty knight guy, which actually really worked out for his character. The basic plot of the game is you play as the Hunter, who after 300 years was brought back to life to help stop a prophecy. You have a secret base known as the Abbey. You can explore the Abbey grounds. You get your own room in the Abbey in which you can customize it in various different ways. You can also unlock different suits for missions, and you can unlock outfits to wear around the Abbey. Although I'm super disappointed, you get to pick out which swimsuit he wears, but you can't have him running around in a swimsuit around the Abbey. Very disappointed about that. I mentioned earlier the table where you select a mission and who goes on the missions with you, but there is also a forge where you can get to do some stuff with Iron Man and Doctor Strange. They have some experimental stuff to check out and stuff you can do there. There is a training ground with Blade where you can train with the superheroes, and later you unlock a safe arena area to fight enemies to level up your characters when they don't go on missions. Clubs you can join. There is Emo Club where they explore Hunter's last memories of what had happened to him. There is Book Club where you can read a little bit about a book and discuss it with other superheroes. And then there is Shop Class where you can make some new card options. There is also a cat, which you can only really pet, but it's adorable. And then you have your dog, Charlie, which there are a lot of things to do, which I'm not getting into this video because I made a whole video about that, which you can check it out on my channel. You will unlock challenges, and you get a special ability, which will let you explore more of the Abbey. So I feel like people got scared away from this game when they hear it's a card-based, turn-based tactic game. But I swear to you, you get cards, you look at the cards, you do the cards. It's so easy. I promise you, the system is not really that complicated. If it was complicated, I wouldn't be able to handle it, but it's not that difficult. But I'm telling you, some of the cards had the simplest text of kick back an enemy, and you could kick back the enemy into other enemies, into objects. That was one of my favorite card types because it was so easy to use. There were some cards with a ton of text and sounded so technical to me, but honestly, you for the most part got to pick who you wanted to use, and if you didn't want to use that card, you don't have to. So your options are pretty much, do you want to play cards or do you want to move your character around the board? You only get so many times you can move a character within your turn. Sometimes you have to move the character away from something that's going to explode or harm your character once the enemy's turn comes around. I really just love Hunter, so he always went on the missions with me. Plus, he's the main character, so why wouldn't he? But he had really great cards because you could heal with him, you could attack with him. He was one of my favorite characters to use. I'm not going to get into all of the stuff about the combat. I just wanted a quick, it's pretty easy once you get used to it. The game has a pretty good tutorial on briefly explaining things to you. And then all the different characters have different unique cards, which have cool attacks and different cool things you can do. And it is so fun to watch all of that cool stuff you can do in this game. Also, if you ever feel this game is getting too hard or too complicated and you just want to enjoy it, they do offer a story mode, which will make the combat even more easier, so it'll be a breeze. So even though I love this game and I've been praising this game, I have to be honest with you, there are some bugs in this game. I've definitely made a bunch of bug videos for Marvel Midnight Suns. It does suffer sometimes from slow performance. But this game is totally worth any of those little problems. I can forgive all of it because this game has so much heart and the story is so big and epic that the stakes are saving the world. So I will highly recommend, please play this game, give it some love, so maybe eventually they'll see we love it and it deserves a second game. Thanks for watching. Maybe you'll watch more. Maybe the video on the left, maybe the video on the right. If you're on a mobile device and you don't see any videos on the screen, it's in the description.